Hey folks, welcome to this week's CIOPCC. It's the Crawford Institute of Pop Culture Collectibles Top 10. This week I'm going to do it based on an actor. Something I don't do very often, but we don't often get enough action figures of the different characters of a single actor to be able to do something like that. So I'm going to do my favorite top 10 Johnny Depp action figures. Now, these are all different roles Mr. Depp played. There will be a couple of repeats. You can know that Jack Sparrow is going to get a lot of appreciation here. But we're going to start out with one of his very early roles and a very early sideshow figure. That's Lerner, Private Lerner up there. Let's zoom in on him here so you can see him a little bit better. It's not a great Johnny Depp figure. I mean, it's what's, let's face it. It is what they could do back when they were first starting out. It is one of the few platoon figures, and I think this is the only one of Lerner that anybody did. Hot Toys certainly didn't do one. So, he ends up in the number 10 spot. We are going to pick a Hot Toys figure for number 9, Tonto. Speaking of not great, this is a not great performance by Johnny, but I do love the figure. I think it's really underappreciated. They did a really nice job on it, Hot Toys did. And if you're a fan of Western action figures, then it's definitely one you want to have in the collection. Let's walk around this way. I'm warning you now, there's going to be a lot of walking in this particular video because the Johnny Depp figures are far apart, spread all over the place. And number 8 is going to be Victor. Hey, I bet you even forgot about Victor in Corpse Bride. They did a number of figures, different versions of Victor. This is my favorite. This was sort of the standard that came with the playset base. They did several others, including a mini bust, but he wouldn't have been in this list because this is all action figures. And this next one you might not really consider an action figure. Some people don't. NECA does their quarter scale figures. And they did a couple of quarter scale versions of different characters that Depp played. But I'm going to pick their Jack Sparrow in my number 7 slot. Let's zoom in on him too. You can see him up there in all his glory. And it's not a fantastic likeness of Johnny, but it is a really nice figure. I love the NECA quarter scales, and that's a good example of them. Now, a much better likeness, but a not great Johnny movie, Sleepy Hollow. So we're going to walk over here and look at the Sleepy Hollow Johnny figure. Hot Toys did this guy. The beauty here is that they really went crazy with the accessories. Notice the cool tools for the mad scientist in him, including this bag, this leather bag they did with had the various chemicals that would pop up out of it. I thought he was perfect here to go with Gene Wilder. So Sleepy Hollow Johnny gets my number 6 spot. My number 5 spot is way around the other side again. I'm just letting you know I'm getting my steps in today doing this video. Good thing I didn't do it with statues and busts. My favorite Johnny statue is actually in the house. That would have been a long walk. So here we have Rango, another one you might have forgotten about. We have not gotten a good line from Rango. God, I wish we had. These are such fantastic character designs. They're so cool. And Hot Toys did these too, but that was it. They did them as vinyl figures. We've never gotten anything else, and it's a really, really underappreciated movie. Number 4 spot is another Hot Toys release. That would be from Fantastic Beasts, Grindelwald. Hot Toys only did him and the main character, sadly. Star Ace did one figure from the movies as well, and that was it. But they did a nice job with the Johnny likeness, that's for sure. One of the most fun figures is Cannibal Jack, and he gets the number 3 spot. So we're into the top 3 here, and we're talking Hot Toys, Hot Toys, and Hot Toys. Here we got the Cannibal Jack. I love this figure. It's a fairly early Hot Toys figure, but they did a great job with it. Got the goofy expression just right. Some excellent accessories, and I love the headdress. So he's easily my number 3. My number 2 is another Hot Toys figure. a terrific performance by Johnny Depp, a terrific movie overall, that would be Sweeney Todd. Now, Sweeney Todd gets extra points for coming with the chair and the backdrop, a nice play set for Hot Toys. So overall, a really nice release from them, and a great looking figure on the shelf. But number one, you know what it's got to be, right? Hot Toys did plenty of different Jack Sparrows. And you really, I don't know, there's 3 they did that are, standard sort of versions of Jack Sparrow. I have all 3 of them up here on the shelf. There's this one leaning against the wall. This one working with the wheel. But this is my favorite down here. I am sitting up on this barrel. I don't even know where the barrel came from. I think it came from one of my Western playset dioramas. Sitting there, tipping his hat to you, looking a little tipsy. I'm pretty sure that's actually the Jack that came with the steering wheel, the later DX. But, when you're swapping these figures around from one time to the other, you kind of lose track of which one came with which set. But that's my favorite Jack. That's my favorite Johnny Depp version. And those are my top 10. What are your top 10? Let me know. And until next week, well, actually till Wednesday, have a good one.